Hi, I'm Sharon Wada. I greet you from sunny California. My husband John and I live here in San Jose, where we are raising our 3 boys and have happily added a daughter-in-law to our family. My vocational ministry is with Sustainable Faith, which is a nonprofit dedicated to fostering a culture of healthy spirituality among leaders and their communities. I teach in the School of Spiritual Direction and explore new ministry opportunities for spiritual formation, and I help keep the nonprofit running. I was first introduced to the concept of spiritual direction when I was a graduate student at Fuller Seminary. In my spiritual formation classes, as well as in my leadership development coursework, I heard about spiritual direction through my readings, through the lectures, but I didn't actually know any spiritual directors nor anyone who had a director. Then fast forward 15 years, and just as I was about to go on staff at our local Vineyard church, I went on a personal prayer weekend retreat. And as the retreat leader set up our prayer experiences, I felt like everything she said is what my soul needed to hear, and I wanted to hear more. And it felt like sort of out of the blue, but God reminded me of this thing called spiritual direction. And so at the end of the retreat, I asked the retreat leader, did she by any chance offer spiritual direction? And lo and behold, she had just finished her training as a director. And so we began meeting monthly, and I have been meeting with her for the last 15 years as just a regular part of my soul care practices. It was in the context of spiritual direction that I discerned my own call to train as a director, and I have loved giving spiritual direction over these past 10 years. God has used spiritual direction in so many ways in my own life. It has been a place where I've settled in my soul the question, am I really unconditionally loved by God? It's been a place for me to explore my sense of call and the different ways that it's changed over these different seasons as I've gone from decade to decade through life. It's been a place for me to experiment and develop a rhythm of self-care practices that sustain the energy and the focus that vocational ministry demands. So, if you have never been in spiritual direction before, I hope that you will enjoy the experience that you have through this Well-Being of Pastors initiative. I hope that you will find it to be a spiritual practice that sustains your leadership. If you've already had spiritual direction before, I hope that you're able to find a director from our group that feels like a good fit. If it helps in your discernment, my areas of passion are multi-ethnic, multicultural issues of leadership, as well as leaders in transition discernment, or maybe even a little bit of deconstruction. But whether these are your issues or not, I'd be happy to companion you, and I would highly recommend any of the directors in our pool to you. So may spiritual direction truly be a blessing.